very good evening to all of you. Welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep, the most comprehensive preparation app for all exam. So a very good evening to each and every one of you watching me live. A very warm welcome to each and every one of you. So friends, today we are back with this very important session called Legally Explained. And in these sessions, I'm going to discuss with you some of the very important and crucial legal topics which are of great importance for each and every one of you preparing for CLAT 2024. Now, just around a month or 1.5 months back, during the monsoon session, we had seen a lot of uproar, right? Some new laws being passed, but predominantly we also saw something called no confidence motion that the opposition brought into the parliament to overthrow this government. But the government hasn't had its majority to prove, so the no confidence motion was of no consequence. But even then, since this topic of no confidence has arisen, it becomes absolutely necessary for each of us who are preparing for CLAT and other law entrance examination to understand this very basic concept. What is no confidence motion? Okay, so no confidence motion is a kind of a motion that is brought in the Lok Sabha, whereby the government is required to prove its majority. So there is a question that the parliament does not have confidence on the Council of Ministers. So the Council of Ministers have to prove their majority. So in this particular event, the NDA government, which is in power, had to prove its majority in the Lok Sabha. Now, of course, this was an issue wherein the opposition brought in this no confidence motion to bring the Prime Minister in the house so that he can speak on the Manipur issue. Now, so we are going to understand only the legal aspect of this particular thing called no confidence motion. Okay, so guys, let's begin with today's session, guys. But before that, BYJU'S Exam Prep brings to you All India Open Mock for CLAT. Today is the last day, 3rd of September. It is live between 25th of August and 3rd of September. So today is the last day. Those of you who hasn't attempted this particular mock test, requesting each and every one of you to definitely do it, because we are going to come up with the strategy for this particular mock test, the kind of attempts, the entire solutions will be given to you, as well as we are going to provide you with proper marking, okay, ranking of you. Okay, so guys, let's start going. Now, in a country where we have a parliamentary form of democracy, the majority party who has maximum number of seats in the Lok Sabha, in the parliament, rules or governs the country. So the real aspect is we the people. It is the people who choose their elected representative, and these elected representative in a way is running the entire country. Now, in a parliamentary democracy where people above the age of 18 has the power to cast their vote, choose their representative, it is important that the Indian Constitution only says that the party who has maximum majority, the majority in the Lok Sabha, shall have a right to govern the country, okay, to form a government. Now, the government will be in power only if it has majority in the Lok Sabha. So it's very simple. So आपके पास, आपके पार्टी के पास अगर लोकसभा में मेजॉरिटी है, तभी आप प्राइम मिनिस्टर बन सकते हैं, आप आपका खुद का कैबिनेट बना सकते हैं. Now, one very important article which I want to highlight right now is Article 75. Now, Article 75 is very crucial because it says that the Council of Ministers is responsible to the Lok Sabha. Now, in a situation where the Council of Ministers is responsible to the Lok Sabha, what happens? That means it is the duty of the ministers to run the Lok Sabha. Now, people in the majority, they cannot, cause disruption in the parliament. It is their duty to run the house. Now, the opposition, of course, at times do test whether the government has the numbers or not. Now, if a government is running without majority, suppose a government is running without majority, the opposition people will say, prove your majority, show that you have 51%. So that aspect is called as a motion of no confidence. So it is a mechanism to test whether the government has the sufficient number of members in the Lok Sabha or not. Am I clear? Is that clear? So, in a parliamentary democracy, which is now let's talk about the Indian parliamentary system. Now, the Indian parliamentary system is very close to the Westminster model of Britain, UK. Now, the people elect a legislature, and some people in the legislature, they become ministers, they form the executive, and the executive has to prove that they have the will of the people. So, the will of the people can only be understood by those numbers sitting in the Lok Sabha. Am I clear to each and every one? So, are you understanding this very important aspect which I am trying to, Hanji? Yes, Mr. 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗹𝗀 𝗥𝗲𝗴 had brought this motion against the NDA government, Pranjali. Correct. So, today we are going to understand this concept and the procedure that is underlined in this particular process. Okay? So, guys, let's move. Now, no confidence motion is a proposal which is moved by the opposition party under certain rules and of procedure and conduct of business of Lok Sabha. So there are certain rules. Now the Indian constitution does not talk about no confidence motion. Now mind you, आप अगर कल भारत का संविधान खोलते हैं, उधर नो कॉन्फिडेंस मोशन लिखा गया नहीं है. You will find the mention of no confidence motion in the Lok Sabha rules. There are certain rules relating to the Lok Sabha. There are certain rules relating to the Rajya Sabha. So in the conduct of business rules of the Lok Sabha, we have Rule 198, which deals with no confidence motion. Now, what happens if the ruling party fails to prove majority? Now, if the ruling party fails to prove majority during a no confidence motion, it has no other option but to resign. Very, very important. No confidence motion is a litmus test. It's a litmus test to prove whether the party, the ruling party, has the majority in the Lok Sabha or not. Am I clear to each and every one? Any questions, you are most welcome to ask me. Any questions that you have in your mind. Okay? So we are understanding no confidence motion from, this standpoint of a parliamentary democracy. We are a democratic country. It is we, the people of the country, who choose our leaders. And the leaders themselves choose their ministers, their prime minister, and as well as the president of India. Of course, we don't vote for the president, but there is this electoral college which votes for the president. So even the president of India is an elected person. Okay, certain very important things that I wanted to discuss with you. So I'm sure that these things are making things simpler for you insofar as your understanding of this particular law is concerned. Now, the Lok Sabha, which is the Council of Ministers, is, accountable to the people. Now, it is the people who choose our representative in the Lok Sabha. So, आप वोट देने जाते हैं, आप एक MP को choose करते हैं. Now that MP, that member of the parliament is going to question the government on your behalf. If the government is not doing something, they have to answer in the parliament. Now there cannot be a hide and seek game going on, right? So the government lays its stand in the parliament before the nation. So the parliament, that is the Lok Sabha, because the Rajya Sabha is not, yes, of course they are nominated people, they are also elected people, but they are from the states. Now we are talking about a parliamentary democracy where the Lok Sabha plays a very important role. Lok Sabha, because everything depends on the Lok Sabha. Now there are certain things which the Lok Sabha can do, the Rajya Sabha cannot. Okay, a no confidence motion cannot be brought in Rajya Sabha. There is no procedure for a no confidence motion in Rajya Sabha. It is only possible in the Lok Sabha. So the members who are elected in the Lok Sabha must support the government for the government to continue. And if the majority people do not support the government, then the government collapses. It has happened in the past. I'm sure you must have heard, I'm sure you must have not seen. I have seen that the first government of 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗹𝗀𝗋𝗃 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗃𝗃 had to resign because of a no confidence motion. Okay, but before we move ahead, and we are going to talk about much more elaborative understanding of this particular law, but before that, BYJU'S Exam Prep brings to you CLAT 2024 Toppers Batch. Now, if you want to join this Toppers Batch, you have to take the All India Open Mock for CLAT 2024 now. Now, if you want to get into the Toppers Batch, the only way we permit you to enter the Toppers Batch is based on your marks, your ranking in the in certain mocks. Okay, so based on that, so definitely attempt the All India Open Mock CLAT 2024. Moving on. Now, what is the process or the procedure which is involved insofar as bringing a no confidence motion is concerned? So how do a no confidence motion brought into being? Now, under the rules of conduct and the rules of business of the Lok Sabha, it very categorically says that a no confidence motion can be brought by a member of the Lok Sabha when 50 or more than 50 people supports it. So if you have 50 people to move a resolution, you can bring a no confidence motion. So the minimum number of members that need your support in the Lok Sabha to bring a no confidence motion against the government, against the ruling party, is 50. Not much, 50. Second, what is the next stage? The speaker will call the members to initiate the motion. The member will be asked to move the motion and give a formal notice to the House, and then the speaker will be submitting that when ये motion चालू होगा. So initially a member goes to the speaker with 50 people and says that I have the support of 50 people to move a no confidence motion. Now the speaker then says, okay, tomorrow you take the leave of the house and bring the motion. So the member gets up, and in this time it was Mr. 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗹𝗀𝗀 from Northeast. He rose, he gave a formal notice to the house to make this motion. And the moment the speaker thinks, okay, everything is order, he refers it for a particular date, time when the no confidence motion will begin. The speaker shall declare the motion granted, and the no confidence motion is taken up within 10 days of leave of submission. So within 10 days, the motion has to be moved in the parliament. After the leave is granted, the speaker allows discussion on the motion. The speaker shall put question at the appointed time on the allotted date and prescribed time limit for every speeches. And if the house passes the motion, if the motion succeeds, then the government resigns, and it might go for a vote, or the opposition party, if they can form a government, if they have the majority to form a government, then some other alternative is thought for. Is that clear? Is that clear to each and every one? Any doubt? Who is going to resign if the government falls? If the government do not have the numbers, the government will have to resign. Okay? Akansh. Am I clear? So, अगर गवर्नमेंट के पास उतना मेंबर्स नहीं है, तो गवर्नमेंट माइनॉरिटी गवर्नमेंट थोड़ी रन कर सकता है. Of course, there has been times where minority governments have functioned. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Is that clear, everyone? Next. The next important thing for passing the motion, there is a minimum criteria in which 51% of the Lok Sabha members have to vote in favor of the motion. If the government does not have majority, it has to resign. Opposition can also move a no confidence motion to discuss critical issues. Now, which happened in the present government. Now, in this particular case, which happened during the monsoon session, the opposition party, the Congress, the left, Trinamool Congress, as well as others, what they did is that they knew that you cannot overthrow this government because they have more than 300 votes. Since they have more than 300 votes, it is impossible to topple the government. They cannot bring down the government by way of a no confidence motion. But one significant thing that this no confidence motion taught, history will recall, that it was brought to bring the Prime Minister in the Parliament to say something about a particular issue. Now, so this was not a pure move politically to topple the government or to throw away the government, because I'm sure that everyone knew that the government had numbers. There was no difficulty about it. Now the question this time was that they wanted the Prime Minister to come to the Lok Sabha and say certain things about a particular issue, about the Manipur issue, basically. But whatever, we are not getting into politics. We are just saying ki, how does it happen? Now, from the point of view as a student of CLAT, I should have understanding of what is a no confidence motion, minimum number of people who must support, okay, for a no confidence motion in the parliament. Where can it happen? Only in the Lok Sabha. What are the rules? and other aspect of it. Okay, that's, now you might get a passage this year from a no confidence motion. Now if you have an idea about this no confidence motion, it will not be very difficult for you, but if you do not have an idea, it will be little difficult for you. Before moving ahead with the other important things which I will talk to you about this no confidence motion, BYJU'S Exam Prep brings to you Ace CLAT with BYJU'S Exam Prep. Unlock your 3-day free trial access today. Now there are certain facts about the no confidence motion. No confidence motion has been moved in the Lok Sabha 28 times. Thrice government has fallen due to no confidence motion. The VP Singh government in 1990, 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗹𝗀𝗀𝗀 government in 1997, and the 𝗟𝗄 𝗙𝗵𝗹𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀 government in 1999. So between 1990 to 1999, we have seen that the real effect of no confidence motion was initially was the VP Singh government. The VP Singh government lost its majority. 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗪𝗹 lost its majority. Then 𝗟𝗄 lost it by 1 vote. Now, the highest number of no confidence motion was brought against the government which was run by Srimati Indira Gandhi. 15 times, 15 बार इंडिपेंडेंट इंडिया का हिस्ट्री में मैक्सिमम नंबर ऑफ नो कॉन्फिडेंस मोशन दैट वाज मूव्ड अगेंस्ट एनी पर्टिकुलर गवर्नमेंट वाज द इंदिरा गांधी regime. Very important. Before I move on and tell you some other important aspect about no confidence motion, BYJU'S Exam Prep brings to you a test series, Law 2024 UG test series, wherein we bring to you 25 CLAT mocks, 15 AILET mocks, and 15 other law entrance exam mocks. So you have 30 plus 25, around 55 mocks that you can attempt. Now, this will give you access to all the mocks. So get this particular test series today itself, buy it today itself, so that you have around 3 months for your preparation. So we are on the 3rd today. So you have 3 months. So within this 3 months, you have to do your preparation in the most significant way possible. Next, I have a question for you. Please give me the correct answer. Please answer this question correctly. No confidence motion to be admitted in the Lok Sabha needs the support of 80 members, 140 members, 160 members, or just 50 members. And the correct answer is, all of you, most of you got it right. Brilliant. It is option D, 50 members. It is option D, 50 members. So only 50 members are required to move this no confidence motion. It can only be moved in the Lok Sabha according to the rules of procedure and the conduct of business of Lok Sabha. Is that clear? There are certain very important things that you have to understand. Am I clear? Every one of you. Is that clear? Fantastic, fantastic. All of you got it right. Pranjali, Safi, very good, brilliant. So I hope that, these kind of sessions will help you to understand certain small little things that you had heard, but you might not have full knowledge. So if tomorrow someone asks you about the no confidence motion, you know certain things. BYJU'S Exam Prep brings to you CLAT 2024 comprehensive course, wherein we are providing you with 190 plus hours of live classes, 300 plus recorded videos, 55 mock tests, 10,000 topic-wise practice tests, questions, 10,000 sectional practice tests, study material, doubt resolution, and the CLAT Ignite magazine. We are also coming up with the CLAT 2025 comprehensive course, 380 hours of live classes, 300 recorded videos, 55 mock tests, and the number of practice questions, sectional tests remains the same. Study material, doubt resolution within 24 hours, as well as the CLAT Ignite magazine. So guys, if you did like today's session, do press the like button, do subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on our Instagram, like our Facebook page, join our Telegram channel, and do not forget to download the BYJU'S exam prep app today. So guys, with this, we come to the end of this session. Thank you very, very much. God bless you. Stay home, stay safe, stay healthy. Bye-bye. Take care. Good night. See you soon. Bye-bye.